Now, some Republican lawmakers directly confronted Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle today. Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn and Wyoming Senator John Barrasso demanded answers as they caught up with her at the Republican National Convention.
This is exactly what you were doing today on the call.
This was an assassination attempt. You owe the people answers. You owe President Trump answers.
That is pretty extraordinary video. Joining us now, Kate Monroe, former U.S. Marine, VETCOM CEO, and author of The Race to Save America. Kate, great to have you with us. I want to talk to you about J.D. Vance in a minute because of your shared Marine background. But first of all, on this, how do you see the security failures there? Because clearly, if somebody gets off a shot at a former president at a rally, there have been failures. It is a failure in and of itself.
I feel like it goes past failure. It seems like malicious neglect. I mean, I have a body man. So I go down and, as you know, secure the border. I see the cartel 20 feet from me. I walk into encampments with my security team, and every single one of them would have defended my position and taken that person out. And I'm not a former president of the United States. I'm not President Trump. So why does he not have better security? They saw him. The crowd saw him. He was filmed on the roof. If the protocol is you take the shot, you take the shot. As a Marine Corps vet, if the protocol is to take the shot, I would have taken the shot, and so would everyone else that I served with. So this is very confusing to me because they were prepared to take the shot and they were called off from taking the shot. Something's wrong with that scenario.
Well, we'll get some answers, we hope, at some point. But from your experience in the military, is in a situation like this where there has clearly been a major failure, is the finger pointing always going to go on? Oh, no, it was this agency's fault. No, it was this part of the military's fault. Does that happen just as human nature?
I mean, I think human nature does lead you to do that, but the way in which the military operates is very different than these agencies operate. Because in the military, whoever is in command, it's their fault. They will fall on the sword. They will say, this was on me.
So it's the honor in a sense there. Does the head of the Secret Service, therefore, have to show that same honor and step aside?
I believe that they do have to show that same honor and step aside because they really had control of command of that day. So there's local law enforcement. They are not on the same level as the Secret Service. Secret Service should have had their eye on the ball and taken control and actually secured that entire arena.
Interestingly, just this evening, we got a statement from the Secret Service on the future of Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle. It reads, and I think we can put it up on the screen, continuity of, we don't have it, but basically it was continuity of operations is paramount during a critical incident, and U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle has no intentions to step down. That was from the Secret Service spokesman. So not going to happen. Anyway, let's get to J.D. Vance, because I know you're excited to talk about a man who is a fellow Marine. Tell me what you thought of his speech.
I thought his speech was great. I will say this, though. As a Marine myself, my life has been bookended by service to my country. So originally I served in the Marine Corps, and now I'm serving veterans, helping put VA disability compensation in their pockets. And I felt like he was a little light on the veteran front. It's not that he just served in the military. You served in the Marine Corps. And every Marine that watched you tonight was a little shocked that you only dusted it, put a little sprinkle of that into your speech. I appreciated all the talk about your mama and your mom and your plans for the country and your support of Donald Trump. But I think people underestimate military members as a voting bloc.
So don't just tell me about your service. Tell me what you're going to do for your fellow veterans.
Correct, because there's a lot of work to do. 60% of veterans are not collecting one nickel. We have a massive recruiting crisis. We're facing 3 wars, and I have to think that that's part of the reason that Trump picked him, because he's a veteran, a Marine Corps veteran. He would be the first in that service. So I would push him a little bit, sir. Let's talk a little bit more about our service and what we're going to do for service members.
We'll make sure he gets that message from Kate Monroe. Thank you very much for being here, Kate. All right. It's been a week of setbacks for President Biden.